So in Core 1, Fundamental Concepts of Resource Management, you've learned a little bit about wellbeing. You now know what wellbeing is. You know about the factors that affect wellbeing. Now what you need to have an understanding of is how an individual's wellbeing can actually impact on the wellbeing of the group. A really good example of this is in your class, in your CAFS class. You're going to be working in collaborative learning groups. That means as an individual you have to make a contribution to the group. As a group, you're going to enhance your learning. If as an individual you're not feeling well one day, let's say you've got a headache, you feel sick in the stomach, you come into your CAFS class, you know you have to make a contribution to the collaborative learning group. How are you going to be feeling? Are you going to want to engage in discussion? Are you going to want to be thinking critically? Are you going to be wanting to help other people, to share your ideas? Or are you going to be sitting there thinking, wow, my head's killing me, oh no, I hope I don't vomit? Your well-being, or ill-being in this case, is going to impact on the well-being of the group, because you're not going to be making a contribution, you're not going to be enhancing other people's learning, and in actual fact, people in the group may be thinking that you're sitting there not really wanting to get involved, not wanting to make a contribution. If they don't understand you're not feeling well, or that your well-being is impacting on them. So if they feel that you don't want to make a contribution, and they start to get angry, their emotional well-being is affected, as is yours. They may then think, well, if you're not going to make a contribution, neither am I. So the entire group breaks down. It's a good example of how an individual's well-being can impact on the well-being of a group. Another example, let's take your family. For example, if a parent loses a job, there's financial ill-being. Their financial well-being, their economic well-being has been impacted upon. As a result of losing a job and not having any money, there's stress. So emotional well-being is also impacted upon. When a parent is stressed and worried and concerned about whether the mortgage can be paid or the rent can be paid or your school fees can be paid, for example, how are they going to operate with you? You go and ask them if you can have some money to go to the movies. What's the likely response you're going to get? Obviously they're going to be distressed, upset, angry, and therefore they're probably going to start yelling at you. You're going to have an argument. Their well-being, or their lack of well-being, their ill-being, is impacting on the entire family. When people are stressed, worried and concerned, they often stop communicating, or they communicate in a way that's quite negative. So there might be more arguments. You might find yourself getting into more trouble. You might find yourself being grounded for something that you would never have been grounded for before. Now, how about you coming up with an example? Give me an example of how an individual's well-being can impact on the well-being of the group using your friendship group. Off you go.